YouTube, it's Miranda, and today I want to tell you guys the story of how I almost left the Disney college program early. I think this story is going to be really interesting and kind of inspirational for some people. If you're just starting out the Disney college program, or if you're about to go into the Disney college program, watch this video till the end so you can see that it does get better. I want you guys to know how terrible it started off for me, but how much I ended up loving it in the end. So let's just get right into it. So my role for the Disney college program was quick service food and beverage, probably the role that is the most, well, I don't know, people get really not excited for custodial, but a lot of people do not get excited for food service. I was one of those people that was like, oh man, like really, that's what I got. But I wanted the Disney college program so bad that I was like, you know what, I'm going to take it and own it, and I was so excited to be at Disney that it didn't matter. So got to Disney World, got to casting, and they told me that my location was going to be Columbia Harbor House in the Magic Kingdom, and I was so excited for Magic Kingdom, and I was so excited for Harbor House because the costume was super cute. I know, small details, but it's a part of it. So go to my first week of training, and my first step into Columbia Harbor House, I was so, what's the word? Grossed out, but not because the place is nasty, just because of the smell. Columbia Harbor House is a seafood restaurant, first of all, and it's a ton of fried food. So you walk into that place and you're hit with the smell of like 20 fryers and fish and whatever else mixed together. It was really overwhelming for me because I'm not good with smells. Like seriously, I think I might have the most sensitive nose. I hate smells. Like obviously I like good smells. That's different. So that was my first impression of the place. I was like, oh no, I have to spend all my time here and the smell makes me absolutely sick. So I still try to have a good attitude because I really wanted to be there and I was so excited about the college program. So I was going through my week of training and they are teaching us about how to take out the trash, and I'm telling you, that place produces a lot of garbage, and they're showing us the whole trash system that within the Magic Kingdom, which I'm not really going to go in detail about. I'm sure people have talked about that on YouTube. I might eventually, but it's kind of a Disney secret, I guess. I don't know. That's not the important part. The important part is that I felt so gross from this task. So then they're teaching us about like all the cleaning that you have to go through and all the things you have to do. Some of it wasn't so bad, some of it was just making me so grossed out, and the smell of Harbor House in general was just not good. There were many days where after training I would just cry because I was like, wow, I hated today. Like, and I'm not that kind of person. Like pretty much everything in life I'm like, okay, this might have not been my best day ever, but it was still an experience. And while I still felt that way about this week of training, I just felt so sick every day that it almost was like, wow, I don't know if I can do this for 5 months. So get to our last day of training, which I was so thankful for because we got to talk to our leaders. At Disney you have like coordinators, leaders, and then whatever's above them. We got to talk to the leader, which was someone that was more in charge of the location. She asked us how our week of training went and if we were enjoying ourselves, if we were happy, and I decided to answer honestly, and I actually started to cry, which was really embarrassing, but I was like, actually it didn't go so well for me. Like I feel really sick when I'm here, and I was kind of crying because I didn't want to have to leave, and I had heard people that had asked for role changes and just get sent home, and I didn't want a role change, but I didn't think I could work in that location. So she was actually the best and helped me get trained outside, which was still in Liberty Square, but just in the outdoor locations. So my next week of work ended up being training for Sleepy Hollow and Liberty Market. So of course I was super excited because I'm like, okay, outside, fresh air, different experience, like let's do it. Get to that week of training and my trainer was so mean. I'm sorry, but that girl was mean, and the stuff that they were doing in Sleepy Hollow and Stan seemed so overwhelming at the time. Like it was scary almost. Like I just felt like there were so many details that we had to remember, and in just one short week we were gonna have to be doing that stuff on our own. That's what it felt like anyway, because my trainer was just like, okay, this, you have to remember it, and that's it. So it just felt like I can't do this. So every day from this training as well, I would call my mom crying like, Mom, I don't know if I can stay here. Like this is so scary and overwhelming. I'm pretty much hating it. This is not what I thought it was going to be. The Disney college program is a scam. Like, which I still feel that way, but for different reasons. But yeah, just like remembering to do certain, I can't even get into the amount of detail that you need to remember for food safety and food service at Disney World, but in your first week, it feels like the end of the world. Like you're like, I cannot remember all of these things. I've worked in restaurants and I've worked with trash, and I've had to mop and clean places I've worked, and I've worked with kids who are buggery and dirty and germy, but this was a different level of gross, and it was just so overwhelming to me. Not only was this an issue for me, but going from the location that I originally got into the location that they put me into, I wasn't with my group of college program, they call this CPs. I wasn't with my group of CPs anymore, really. So I was jumping into training with people that were like part-time or people that wanted to get cross-trained from other locations. I wasn't with the college program kids anymore because they were getting trained at Columbia Harbor House with me, and now I'm in this new training. So that was overwhelming too, because it was like, okay, now I've fallen behind and all these people already made friends at this location, and now I have to like wiggle my way in. It just felt really not good. And then on top of that, I had a lot of pressure because I felt like I was the girl that got her location switched because I'm so dramatic, and I know people still think that about me. I'm sorry, it just is what it is, but yeah, I felt a lot of pressure because I knew people felt that way. So yeah, I basically hated my first 2 weeks at Disney. I thought it was going to be absolutely terrible and that I'd hate the college program. But then after my week of training, it really did get better. I started, you know, you just start to figure it out and you realize, okay, this isn't as crazy as it seems. Like there is a lot to remember, but there's tons of people that know what they're doing that can help you. Not everything's on your plate. Like you get one job that you need to get done for that day. So it turned out that it wasn't as crazy as it seemed to be. And that's what I want people to know, is that you might hate your first couple weeks or your first week or whatever, or you might even hate your first month, but once you get it down and you get into your routine, you find your groove within your friends, you'll make so many friends. You're going to figure out what to do. Like, don't freak out like I did. And if you do freak out, just have your freak out and know that it's going to get better as long as you let it get better. If you keep going in every single day for your whole college program thinking with the mindset that this is awful, I hate what I'm doing, it's not going to get better. But if you go in thinking, okay, I just need to figure out what I'm doing, like I need to make friends, go in with a happy attitude, and it's going to get better. And it's going to be the best experience of your life. You'll have no regrets. So yeah, I'm super thankful that I didn't leave like I originally thought I was going to. Thank God for roommates that made it too hard to leave, and coworkers that made me feel very welcomed even when I thought I was going to be the weird one that started at her location late. So that's all I got for you guys today. That's the story of how I almost left the Disney College program early. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and subscribe so you never miss a video. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Miranda_13. That's in the description box down below and in the end slate. I keep pointing the wrong way in the videos. In the end slate, let's see. In the end slate at the end of the video. I think that's right. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye!